Trends and artists in music don't tend to last. One day, you're everywhere, on the charts, in the clubs, blaring from every wedding DJ speakers. The next, you're history, forgotten, replaced. And for a while, that's exactly what was happening to Yo Honey Singh. Once the highest paid artist in India, charging lakhs of rupees for a single track, he had back-to-back hits and reached heights most artists could only dream of. He wasn't just making music, he was the sound of Bollywood. But then, he vanished. When he came back, the magic was gone. Something was missing. The songs didn't hit the same anymore. He was mocked by fellow rappers. So how did a middle-class boy from Delhi rise to dominate the music industry, fade into nothingness, and then fight his way back? How did Yo Honey Singh become too big to fail? Let's get into it. To get the full picture, let's go back to where it all began. Born as Hirdesh Singh in Hoshiarpur, Punjab in 1983, he later moved with his family to Karampura, West Delhi. At home, music was a huge part of life. His father had such a deep love for music that even though they were a normal middle-class family, they had a very expensive music system at home. These early influences made him play the tabla and other instruments, but never took music seriously until he heard A.R. Rahman's Roja soundtrack, a moment that sparked his dream of becoming a music producer. In 2001, Singh enrolled in college to pursue BSc in Information Technology, but this was only because his family had promised to buy him a computer, something he desperately wanted so he could start making beats. Driven by ambition and a hunger to grow, Singh later would go to the Trinity College of Music in United Kingdom. After honing his skills, he launched his journey as a recording artist and a music producer. Later in 2003, Honey Singh dropped his very first album, Desi by Nature. There was no major music label, no help from mainstream, and no commercial success. But somehow, the song found its way to Birmingham thanks to pirated copies. A local music company hears it, they see potential, and they bring in Singh for a new project. He signed a deal and spent the next 10 months working non-stop on an album called Bollywood Rebirth. But when it finally released, it flopped. The numbers were low, Singh was heartbroken. Feeling like he let the company down, he refused to take the 5 lakh payment he was promised. But fate had other plans. One of the album CDs would fall into the hands of Punjabi singer Ashok Masti. He listened and he liked what he heard. Not long after, he reached out to Singh for a possible collaboration. And then a new chapter begins. They team up for a song called Glassy, and Glassy takes off. Honey Singh started making moves. He didn't blow up overnight, but step by step, song by song, he was making a name for himself in the Punjabi music scene. At this point, he was rapping, producing, featuring for tons of artists. He was not mainstream yet, but he was already starting to get a lot of attention. And don't forget, this was all before Honey Singh had even released a proper studio album. But when he finally did in 2011, everything changed. International Villager dropped, and it was a mega blockbuster. Tracks like Brown Rung, High Heels, Dope Show dominated the charts. These songs were everywhere, booming in clubs, blasting at college festivals, auto rickshaws, weddings, you name it. Nobody at the time knew that as an artist, he would far outgrow the success of all the singers he'd ever produced beats for. He wasn't the guy behind the beats anymore. He was the star. Now the whole India was listening to his music, not just Punjabi community. And soon, Honey Singh started making music for Bollywood. And for the first time, a music artist in Bollywood was getting superstar level hype. We are talking Shah Rukh Khan, Salman Khan levels of craze. Sure, India always had legendary singers, but this was something else. But in the midst of all the fame and success, the backlash came hard. His lyrics were slammed, called vulgar, misogynistic, offensive, and even racist. He was accused of glorifying alcohol, drugs, and toxic masculinity. He was branded as a bad influence on the youth. He wasn't just making headlines for his music anymore. the controversy was just as loud. Court cases were filed, petitions were issued to ban his songs, but this didn't stop him though. And then came 2014 with a new album, Desi Kalakar. Another album full of chart-topping hits, another modern-day classic. And this album cemented his name in the history of Indian music. By now, he wasn't just making hits. He was setting the blueprint for every artist that followed. Every big film wanted a Honey Singh track. Every party felt incomplete without his music. Yo Honey Singh had become the heartbeat of celebrations. And for a time, Bollywood literally couldn't move without him. But everything comes with a price.
I was unaware of this kind of disease, man. What it is, what's happening to me.
The artist who was ruling the music industry suddenly vanished. No new music, no public appearances, leaving fans and the industry in the dark. Behind the scenes, Honey Singh was in some deep personal battles. With severe case of alcoholism and with bipolar disorder, a mental condition that brings sudden mood swings with extreme highs and lows. The relentless schedule of non-stop concerts, late-night performances and studio sessions with endless travel had taken a severe toll on his body and mind. For nearly 2 years, Honey Singh disappeared from the spotlight completely. Confined to his home in Noida, he lived in total isolation. He didn't step outside, avoided all contact and was terrified of even small crowds.
In front of 30,000 people, who can roll 30,000 people's mind and blow them up like crazy, is afraid to meet 3 people, 4 people. So I used to lock up myself in my house. I never used to step out from my house, leave the house from my room itself.
His frequencies of dropping music went really low until 2018. After making a full recovery from his health issues, Yo Honey Singh made his return to music with Makhna. He followed that up with Glassy remake, then he started frequently dropping music. Some of the tracks were hit, some were decent, but others were criticized as bland or underwhelming. One thing became clear though, he was trying to recapture the magic of his glory days. But it just wasn't working. And strangely enough, he was trying to fit into the very music industry he redefined a while ago. This pattern continued for years. Songs kept coming, but the spark was missing. The magic of Yo-Yo was just not there. Then in 2024, something changed. He released Honey 3.0, and as the name suggested, this wasn't the guy who ruled Bollywood music, and it wasn't the guy who vanished and came back either. This was a new chapter. It was a reset. The music was much better compared to the last few years. However, it was only the glimpse of the real comeback. Honey Singh had realized one thing, that he needed to reinvent himself instead of chasing his glory days. He embraced a new look, salt and pepper hair, sharp coats, fully embodying a more mature and refined version of Yo Honey Singh. And then came Glory, his 4th album, the moment the fans had been waiting for.
Well, the most awaited album, Glory by Yo Honey Singh, is already here.
To the next artist, and it's going to be Yo Honey Singh. Now, this name was just spammed in the comments.
Oh, bro, like this whole chat is just spam a millionaire song.
And within 3 hours, he was trading #1 on all platforms.
Oh, I like his aggressive delivery.
That sounds like him in the 2000s. We just watched this whole.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
That signature sound.
That's he's getting more of that aggression in his vocal tone.
Yeah, he's kind of changing it up.
Yeah.
I like it.
This man's got many voices.
Oh, he does.
Look, this gonna be my anthem when I fucking make it. When I become a millionaire, I'm gonna play this song. I'm a fucking millionaire.
Oh, this guy's got, I don't want to be using the word, but he's got the aura. Do you know what I mean? He's a real boss man. Look at it.
I say that I like his style now so much more than in the 2000s as far as his like fashion and style.
Aesthetic.
His aesthetic has gotten pretty nice. I can't lie.
Another interesting thing, I was kind of looking at some of the comments, and I learned that he actually is his own producer. I mean, he's probably worked with some other producers, but
oh dang,
he produces a lot of it. I mean, you'd appreciate that.
A really electronic produced beat. You've actually got real instruments sampled in there, which I love. I love that and then hitting.
But he's a way better music director than I am.
You actually believe that?
I believe that.
You believe you're a better lyricist and he's a better musician?
Music producer, of course. Because he has sense of the sounds that people will like instantly.
I have with me the man of the hour, the one and only Yo Honey Singh in our studio, fresh off his incredible show as Bob.
Nice. Okay, that was different than what I expected.